Hey, how's it going? Today I am back at it again, but this time I'm gonna talk about Cyberpunk because I'm sure some of you are wanting to know when the next update's going to arrive. Today we have confirmation of that, and we're also gonna be talking about some bugs that have been confirmed by the developers. Now, before we continue on, if this is your second time stopping by the channel, then please subscribe now because I noticed some of you have been stopping by it, but you're not subscribing. So definitely do it now, and let's go ahead and dive right into this. The long-awaited update is now going to be arriving next week, and this was confirmed over on X by the developers. As you can tell on the screen, it says at Cyberpunk game, and this is what they had to say. We are aiming to have a new patch for Cyberpunk 2077 out sometime next week. It will tackle the most common issues reported by players, including finisher animations. Stay tuned for more info coming after the weekend. Alrighty, they're going to include some more information here after the weekend so we know exactly what's going on, and I cannot wait to take a look at these patch notes. There are a few things that I'm definitely looking forward to being fixed. The most common issue I see quite often is the random NPCs in the street. You know, they just float randomly, or they're like, pretending to be in a vehicle, like some sort of SpongeBob episode with the, Barnacle Boy or whatever, if you guys know what I'm talking about. Anyways, that's what I'm talking about. Hopefully they do fix that issue with random floating NPCs. And they did mention within this X post what they have been taking a look at and what's going to be fixed. With that being said, let's take a look at what the developers had to say about certain bugs. Now, within this post, there was quite a few comments, including a few that the developers had replied to. For example, this user right here named WIFOZX had this to say: are we getting the entire array of melee finishers back again? The developer or community manager, whoever runs the Twitter account over there, replied back with a GIF, or whatever word you want to use, of a dog that says yes. This right here has been confirmed multiple times. They confirmed it on their support section on CDProjektRed.com. And they have confirmed it within the X post, and now they've confirmed it once more here in the comments section. But let's go ahead and take a look at the next comment. The next user named _haunting__ had this to say: hope this fixes auto-fixers as well. Currently no Phantom Liberty vehicles can be obtained. The developers then replied back with looking into this as well. And I actually talked about this in a previous video. Someone out there said I was lying about it, that this was not going to be fixed, or that they were not going to look into it, and well, what do you know? They are looking into it, and most likely it will be fixed. You got to think that this update is supposed to arrive next week. Is there a chance that it could be delayed for another week? Maybe, but that's probably just a maybe, unless they need to add more things and fix the game up more. Anyways, moving on, let's take a look at this last and final comment here, which says: I really hope you fix Mr. Hands, and this was by a user named Sati094. Then the developers replied in with, that's also a planned fix, with the hands in the air emoji. This next update is going to be quite exciting. There's a lot to look forward to, and you might be thinking, well, isn't there just bugs or, other things like that being fixed, and that's it? No, not necessarily. There's going to be FSR3, which is something a lot of us have been requesting, and it's good to see that this will be arriving. There has been some talks in the past, and I won't bring it up in this video because I've talked about it just 2 times already, and I feel like it's just unnecessary to bring it up again. Yet what they did talk about is that they are working on FSR3, and this was back in December. Now we're in January. It's good to see that this update will arrive possibly in February or, sometime this month. That is, if it arrives sometime Monday, Tuesday, even Wednesday. But when we start to get into the first, it will be February, so possibly Thursday or Friday. Now, what I personally hope that this update brings is, of course, FSR3. Yet I obviously want some of these bigger glitches to be fixed. For example, if you guys did not know, there's a huge cyberware bug going on. If you do have blood pump equipped, there's a good chance that it will unequip itself. So you then need to go back to the Ripper dock and talk to him and have it swapped out, and it's just annoying, right? You don't need to do that. For example, if you take a look on the screen here, this is a user named Netrunner2Go, and this is over on CDProjektRed's forum site. If you take a look at the comment, this is what it says: no fixes, but workarounds. Like using consumables from the floor or unequipping blood pump from your shortcut before using them, and just re-equipping it afterwards. Still annoying, but better than nothing for now. And yeah, this right here can be resolved temporarily. You can, have a workaround for it. Yet, doing these workarounds are not suffice enough, right? We need the fix, we need the update, and hopefully this one is going to be fixed. Also, not to mention, there's a huge issue going on with Sonic Shock, and a lot of us been wondering whether or not that's going to be fixed. Well, you can take it with a grain of salt, but I have shown some emails in the past from tech support saying that they are resolving this issue, or at least looking into it. Another bug that I hope that is going to be fixed, and I know a lot of you have been experiencing this one as well if you're on PC, is that you cannot fix your keybinds. They're just completely jacked up after the latest patch, and this next patch, we all can only hope that it does fix that, because it's just been so annoying over the last few days trying to rebind things, and you cannot do it unless you have a mod. And there is a Nexus mod out there. I did make a video in the past about this mod, and ultimately it does help out quite a lot. I mean, I have been able to resolve countless issues. There's a finisher mod out there right now that fixes the problem. Not to mention, there's also the Sonic Shock issue that I just mentioned a few seconds ago. There's also a mod for that fixes that issue. There's just countless mods out here that really makes the game a lot better, and it's good to see that the developers have now taken a look at this and they're just gonna release something. And speaking of releasing some things, I have seen some comments in the past where some, I'm not too sure if they're still subscribed, but they're like, you're lying, there's no update coming, there's nothing at all. And yeah, if you're one of the few that did that, make sure that you subscribe again. I mean, come on, guys. I would not lie to you. There is an update, and as you can tell, there is going to be one. Moving along here, another bug that I would like to see fixed is the issue with invisible companions. In the latest update, if you were to invite your companion over to your crib and then you went there and she would or he would be invisible. That right there was a huge pain in the butt, because I was like, well, what the heck's going on here? Am I missing textures? Or was it the mods that I was using? So I re-verified, the integrity files or whatever. I've looked through the mods, nothing. It appears that this is a huge issue amongst a bunch of people, and I'm not the only one experiencing this bug. For example, if you take a look on the screen here, this user actually talks about it. This username, Mysterious Owl 4031, had this to say: I really want to stay at your house, invisible partner bug. As the title suggests, I'm at a point where I can't invite Panam over of one of my apartments, but regardless of which one I choose, she's always invisible when I get there. She turned visible for the shower instance, but then goes back to invisible afterwards. I don't use any mods installed, and I've tried reinstalling the game already. Is this a known bug / does anyone have a fix? Thank you. And to answer this for you, if you have the same exact question, no, there's no fix as far as I can tell. Anyways, there's just various glitches and bugs that have popped up in the latest update. I've actually even seen someone report one of the glitches I've shown you guys. There's a video where I talk about a glitch that would allow you to duplicate the mask or the cyberware mask that you get through Phantom Liberty. You could duplicate that and sell it endlessly. Well, there's a user out here that actually reported it, and I will not show you his username. I'm not trying to make some sort of witch hunt here, but what you need to do is make sure that you take advantage of that glitch. And if you guys need any help with those glitches, check out one of my previous videos. If you want a link, I can link it down, or you can just check again my videos. Thank you guys for the support. If you have any questions for today's video, make sure that you ask down below. I have recently uploaded a glitch over on Palworld. It's a new duplication glitch. You should definitely try it out if you're a big fan of that game. If you're not, then I guess, continue along. Thank you guys again for the support, and I will see you all in the next video.